morning, welcome to day 21 of Vlogmas. Thank you so much for joining me for another day of sewing and Christmassy chats. I'm really glad to have you here. So today is Tuesday the 21st of December and it's just about 9:30 in the morning here right now. So if you'll have seen my previous videos, you'll know my children are off school at the moment for the Christmas holidays, which is really nice. And yesterday we had quite a slow start to the morning, but today we got dressed a little bit earlier and they're playing in the other room now. So I thought I'd just pop in here and share with you what Elf was up to in the night, what I'm wearing, our plans for today, and also the postman has been this morning already. He was early today and I have a little parcel from an online fabric shop that I've got to share with you, which I'm quite excited about. So I'll share that in a moment, but first I'll tell you what Elf was up to in the night. So at the moment, my son is really enjoying playing on his mini table football set. He's got a little table football set. It's about, I don't know, this big. It's not too big, so it's quite easy to store, but it's been out quite a lot and he's been challenging my husband and me to quite a few matches. And I think Elf must have spotted this because he decided to make his own table football set. And I'll put a picture up so you can see. So we found Elf playing against a teddy this morning, and Elf's set of football players, he had 3 on his team and they were a very Christmassy team. So he had a snowman and a reindeer and Father Christmas on his team. And then the teddy had 2 children and a baby for my daughter's doll's house set. And the baby was quite a good keeper actually. So my son and husband had a good old game on that this morning. It worked quite well actually. Elf done a good job setting that one up. And yeah, they really enjoyed having a play. And my daughter got all of the doll's house, other doll's house characters out to have a little watch of the match too. So that was quite jolly and quite crafty of Elf. So that's what he was up to. So the table football set is still down here and I think it might get played with a little bit more today, which is nice. But yeah, in terms of what I'm wearing today, well, I was looking back at my thumbnails of my previous Vlogmas videos and I noticed I've been wearing a lot of navy. So I thought I'd brighten it up today and I thought I'd choose a nice Christmassy green colour with these nice white florals on it. And this dress, and I made it using this pattern here, is the Honeycomb shirt and dress pattern by Cocowawa Crafts. It's a really lovely shirt dress pattern with a few interesting details. So it's a shirt dress with a gathered skirt and a button down bodice. It's got this little band collar and it's got this panelling detail, which is quite nice. A little yoke at the back. You can make it either shorter sleeved, like I've got on my one, or you can make a longer sleeve with this little sort of ribbon tie at the end. And one of my favourite features is these little side ties. There are 2 on each side, so you can make little bows at each side to cinch the dress in. It's also got pockets and it's got a really good size range too. There are 2 size ranges for this pattern. Let me just check so I get the right details. There's a B cup version which goes from UK 6 to UK 24, and there's a D cup version that goes from UK 18 to UK 36. So a really great size range. And I really like Cocowawa Crafts patterns. I find the instructions are really clear and comprehensive. They're really nice to sew. And I think I've made 3 versions of the honeycomb dress now. I've made 2 quite summery versions that are sleeveless. And this version is more of a wintry one, even though it's got short sleeves, because I've made it in this brushed viscose twill fabric that I got from Satisfaction quite a long time ago. I think I'd been eyeing it up for ages and then it went out of stock and I thought, oh, I should have got that. You know how it sometimes happens. And then they posted a couple of remnant pieces that were quite a decent size. So I bought the remnants and there was just enough to make this dress. So I was quite pleased. But it's a really lovely brushed viscose twill. So it's really nice and cosy. And I really like the deep green colour. And I originally made it in long sleeves and a slightly longer length, but I found it just was a bit overwhelming for me. I don't know whether it was the print or just, yeah, on that much of my body, I don't know. So I ended up chopping off the sleeves to make it short sleeved and I made it a bit shorter just above my knee. And now I wear it a lot and it's quite nice for a slightly warmer day without a top underneath. But today where it's quite cold, I've layered it up with a black top underneath and some thick black tights. So I'll put a picture up of me wearing it so you can see how it looks. And in terms of sizing, I make the size UK 6 for this pattern. That is designed for bust 31 inches, waist 23 inches, hips 31 inches, and I'm 32, 26, 36, so my waist and hips are quite a lot larger. But when you look at the finished measurements for this pattern, they're really a lot larger. So for the UK 6, the finished measurements are bust 34, waist 32 inches and hips 43 inches. And I didn't want it to be super oversized. So I kind of sized down and I quite like the size on me like that. And there's still a bit of room to cinch in at the sides with the little cute waist ties. But it's a really nice one actually, and it's really cosy to wear. And I think these colours are really wintry. So it's nice to get some wear out of it in winter and nice to break a habit from my navy that I've been going for quite a lot. So that's what I'm wearing today. Also, before I share my fabrics and what we're up to today, I thought I'd mention, somebody asked me in a comment on YouTube how I organise my patterns when I've cut them out and I've got the fabric cut out and ready to sew, so my work in progress. And I thought it's quite nice because I'm doing this Vlogmas daily, I can answer that question straight away. So yeah, we don't have that much space here and there's not a lot of space for my sewing things, so I do need to be quite organised. So I have about 5 plastic A3 wallets and I'll show you one. Here is one here. So yeah, they're just A3 size. I think I got a set of 5 from Amazon and I'll link them down below. And I just use those to store pattern pieces once I've cut out the pattern pieces. And I also usually pop in the pattern. So I've got my Kelly Anorak fabric and my pattern in here. And I've also got in here all the other bits I need. So I think there's some thread in here somewhere and the other bit accessories. And I keep it all in there and I generally store it under my bed until I'm ready to use it. So that's what happens when I've cut out a pattern and I'm not planning to sew it straight away. I also have a little mini whip pile that's just on the side, our dining table, but those are the things I'm planning to sew fairly swiftly so they don't sit there for too long. But that's how I generally store things. So I've only got a couple of things under my bed at the moment in those folders, and the rest of the folders are empty, waiting for projects to be put in them. But that's how I store things, so I hope that's helpful. But yes, so now let me show you my delivery I got this morning. So I've already opened it up. It came from Sew Me Sunshine, and the reason I bought it is because I've been after a pair of pinking shears for a while. It's one of those things when I started sewing, I thought I won't need, I've got an overlocker, I can kind of just snip in with little scissor snips. But recently there's been a couple of patterns that have mentioned pinking shears and I thought, well, I love dressmaking. I want to be doing it for a long time, so I may as well invest in a good quality pair because I'm going to use them at some point over the years. So I thought about putting them on my Christmas list, but I had a little research and a lot of the pairs of pinking shears that I came across didn't have the greatest reviews. Even Fiskars, I really like Fiskars kind of normal fabric shears, they're the ones I use. But when I had a look at their pinking shear reviews, they weren't great. And I wasn't sure I wanted to risk getting some and then having to buy them again and just wasting that money, or getting someone else to waste that money on a Christmas present. But then I found a pair that Sew Me Sunshine sells that had really great reviews, so I thought I'd give them a go. So they're a bit pricey, but they're kind of my Christmas present to myself, and my husband encouraged me to go for it. And they're these ones here. They're made by a company called LDH. You may know it already. I think it stands for, where is it? Love, Dedication, Happiness. That's what LDH stands for. And they come in this really nice box, and I'll show you my pinking shears. I think they're really pretty, actually. Here they are. So I think you can get them either in this black colour or in this sort of rainbow kind of, really kind of pretty rainbow colour, but I really like the black pair. So yeah, here are my pinking shears. So yeah, I've had a go with them already and they cut really well. They're really nice to use, really sturdy and really comfortable. So yeah, that was my little Christmas present to myself I got from Sew Me Sunshine, a pair of LDH pinking shears. They also do fabric shears and snips and all sorts of other things. But I'm quite happy with my Fiskars fabric shears at the moment, so I'm going to resist temptation to kind of get the whole range. But yeah, I'm really excited about having those and I hope they'll sort of do me well for lots of years to come. And when I bought from Sew Me Sunshine, I also bought one piece of fabric that I saw and I thought, oh, that's really pretty and a bit different. And I thought I could definitely see it sewn up into some sort of dress. So I don't know what dress I'm going to sew up. This one's just going to sit in my stash for a while I ponder it. But here it is. It is a yarn dyed cotton fabric. I think it's a dead stock fabric that was sourced from Italy from reading on their website. But it's a really lovely cotton fabric in this check. And I thought the colours are really, really pretty with the kind of green and the red and the yellow. It's a little bit Christmassy, but I think you could enjoy it other times of year too. And it's a really nice, because it's yarn dyed, the same pattern on both sides, which I really like. Yeah, so that's it. I think I got 2 meters or 2.5 meters. So I've got a bit of flexibility for what dress pattern I want to choose. So I'm going to mull it over, but it's really lovely and soft. And I do love a cotton, especially a yarn dyed cotton. So that was my exciting package this morning. And I can't wait to think about what I'm going to sew with this one. I usually don't buy fabric unless I have a particular pattern in mind. But every now and then a fabric slips into my basket that I just can't resist. So I think there's a little bit of this left on Sew Me Sunshine's website still, so I will link it down below in case you're interested, but I thought it was really pretty. It's going to be a kind of careful sew because I'm going to have to do some stripe matching or check matching somewhere, but I'm looking forward to sewing with that one in the new year. So that's my exciting arrival today. And then I'll mention my plans today. So yeah, the children are home. Our first plan today is to decorate the Christmas cake. So I'll try and include a little bit of footage of either us decorating it or how it looks once we've decorated it. We'll see how we get on with that. And then we're going to have a fairly relaxed day today. We've done a lot of rushing around over the last few days, as you'll know if you've seen my previous vlog. So today is going to be a bit more mellow. I think we might pop out a little bit later to go to the supermarket and stock up on a few things for Christmas. We may see friends later at the park if anyone suggests it, but we haven't got any set plans, so I think we'll just see how the day goes and keep it fairly, mellow. So I will go off now and we'll get started on the Christmas cake decorating, and I'll pop on a little bit later and share with you how our day is getting on. So I'll see you a little bit later. Bye! Hello, it's early afternoon now. I've just finished my lunch and the children are just finishing theirs right now. So I thought I'd pop in here while they're finishing and tell you about our morning and that sort of thing. So we had a really nice morning at home actually. We decorated the Christmas cake and I think I've put in some footage hopefully of us doing that. So the children both really enjoy getting involved in that. I think they're quite looking forward to trying it now. And then we made a train track. So they spent quite a long time building the train track and playing with that. And we also got my husband's presents down and wrapped those all up and put them under the tree. So my children were quite keen to get involved in that. And we're wondering when my husband will notice the presents are under there. Probably he won't notice, but we shall see. So yeah, it was a really nice mellow morning at home. And I also noticed this morning that both my children are wearing something handmade. And they were quite keen when they noticed as well to pose for a picture. So I'll put a picture up and share with you what they're wearing today. So my daughter is wearing another pansy dress by Poppy and Jazz, which is So Over It's children's range. It's a really nice jersey dress pattern. It's quite a simple little dress with a little gathered skirt and a round neck. And the version I made her here, it's got the print on it. You probably can't see too well in the picture, but this really cute catacorn print that she was very keen on. It's quite fun. And for her version, I added a little extra tier at the bottom, some extra little ruffle. And she quite likes that. And I actually made this one last winter and I thought I was going to cut the sleeves off so she could wear it in the summer. But actually we didn't have the best, most sunniest hot summer, so she had enough summer dresses to keep her going. And I was quite pleased that it still fits again this winter because she really likes the fabric, and because it's jersey, it's really comfy to wear around the house. So that's what my daughter's wearing, and I think it's age 4 still, but luckily it's quite a roomy age 4, so it still fits her, even though she's kind of coming up to 6 in the new year. And then my son is wearing a pair of mini Hudson pants by True Bias. He pretty much only wears those these days when he's out of school. He really loves them, which is great because they fit him really nicely and they don't sort of sag at the waist or anything, because I can make them just the right size for him. And he's wearing a pair in green jersey that he chose because he loves all things Minecraft, so green's his favourite colour. He actually isn't wearing them anymore because he got really stuck into all the cooking or Christmas cake decorating, so his trousers got quite covered in a bit of marzipan icing sugar and things, so he's changed into another pair of Hudson pants now, a navy pair. But it's a really nice pattern, I definitely recommend it. My daughter has a couple of pairs too and they're really nice and cosy. She's not always so keen on the joggers, she often goes to the dresses, but if we're going out, like yesterday we went out for a walk in the woods, I put her in a nice pair of cosy joggers and they're pink, so yeah, that's a bonus too for her. So yeah, that's what they're wearing. So I'm going to go and get them finishing their dinner now. And I think this afternoon we probably will head out to the supermarket just to get a few bits, and they're each going to choose some chocolate to give to their dad for Christmas too. They always enjoy choosing something for him. He gets a whole range of random chocolate bars always, so that's the plan. So I'll pop on again a little bit later. So I'll see you in a bit later. Bye! Hello, it's coming up to 5 o'clock in the evening now. It's very dark outside. We're all snuggling down for the evening. We had a nice afternoon. We went to do our mini supermarket shop. We also dropped off a little present at one of my son's friends' houses while we were out in the car. And now we're back and we've been reading a bit of a book that they really like me to read before Christmas, or my husband and I have been reading bits and bobs before bed and here and there. And we finished it today, this afternoon. And it's this book here, A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig. It's a really nice one. I really like it too. I'd happily read it just by myself anyway, even though it's a children's book. I think it's been made into a film this year and it's out at the cinema at the moment. We haven't been to see it, but we just really like the book version anyway. So I'm sitting in here at the dining table because my son is currently on a Minecraft Zoom with one of his friends in the living room, so he's kind of kicked me out of the living room. So me and my daughter are in here and she's just having a bit of a chill out now. But I thought I'd pop on before I make their dinner, and I thought I'd also share what my husband and I are having for dinner this evening. I thought I might try and film us cooking it because it's one we quite like. It is a risotto mix that we get from Amazon and we've got it for a while. It's an asparagus risotto by Organico. So it's a vegan risotto. We're not vegan, but I thought I'd mention that in case you are. It's really nice. It's quite simple to make. It's not too time consuming like a normal risotto. You basically put a bit of oil and a bit of white wine or vermouth or something along those lines in a pan, and then pop in the risotto mixture, give it a whirl, and then add in some hot water and cook it. And it takes, I don't know how long it takes, maybe half an hour or something, but it tastes really yummy actually. And we usually do it with some roast asparagus on top and some Parmesan cheese too. So I'll try and put a video in of us cooking that, but it's quite a nice one, and I'll link it down below in case you're interested. I think they might do a mushroom one too. I recommended it to a friend and she really likes the mushroom one. So yeah, that's what we're having for dinner tonight. It's quite an easy make. But I think I'll probably call it a day here now and go off and do their dinner and everything so I can get this uploaded. And I'll leave you with the video of our cooking. So I'll say goodbye now, and I'll be back on again tomorrow. My husband is off work from tomorrow for Christmas, which is great because it means I'll hopefully squeeze in a little bit of sewing time. He said he might take the children out for a little bit so I could maybe finish my Hovia jacket. So fingers crossed for that. So I'll be back with more sewing chat tomorrow and more Christmassy stuff too. So thanks so much for watching today, and I will see you tomorrow for day 22. Bye.